Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, real quick, double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Nice and smooth, get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
Too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome out here to the Project Valor Championship iRacing League here on Discord and on iRacing. You're joining us tonight for round 2, race number 2, here at Mount Panorama, aka the beautiful Bathurst. Home, of course, to the Bathurst 24 hours. Or not 24 hours, the 12 hours of Bathurst. Apologies. You're just joining us here at the beginning of qualifying. We're riding on board right now with Mike Malone out there in that McLaren. We saw him out there last week in the McLaren as well. Seems to be favoring it here as well tonight. Rabolio Olivo. So sorry if I butcher these names. Back here in the Porsche 911. He's going to try and get something working tonight. Just my microphone there. There we go. Might be a little bit better for you guys. Auto Seclen back here in the Mercedes AMG. Trying to run that number 666 Mercedes around here today at Bathurst. We'll just have to see how it goes for him. Christopher Glover is going to be back here in the only Lamborghini out here today. See Glover running some nice laps now around Bathurst, trying to get that qualifying in. Dan Castro also back here on the racetrack. in another BMW. We have 3 BMWs out here today. Christopher Romero, Dan Castro, and Michael Rodriguez. So Dan Castro and Michael Rodriguez, you can see there right behind Castro. Also, if you hear any background noise today, I apologize. It is storming really bad here where I live. So if you guys hear any storms in the background, that's what's going on. Take a look out here at Purnell Hanlett, the only Corvette out here today. Bring in this American muscle car here. Well, not really muscle car, but sports car. Bringing this nice American sports car here to the Australian hills and mountains to try and conquer Mount Panorama today. Take a ride on board there with Connor Tierney, also in a McLaren back here. He's going to be putting some laps down out there. Aldo Ciclin with your first lap so far of the day, a 2:04.25, which is going to put him up there in that first position. And hopefully he will start on pole here today. I want to give a huge shout out, of course, to our channel sponsors, Juicy Spider Designs and Studios, Premier Racing Setups, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, and Puffy's Swag Shop. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are now. So thank you to them, of course, and of course thank you to all of you out there who are tuning in to the broadcast tonight. I'm your host, Goose, up in the booth. I know, unfortunately, I do not have my co-host with me, Christopher. But it should be a pretty good race 2 here. You see Aldo right now trying to chase down Michael in that BMW. They're going to go down that front straightaway into the corner dubbed pretty soon here, I believe, called Hell's Corner. See Michael now 515 BMW. Aldo right on him. He's going to shoot to the outside. And Michael's going to fall in right behind him. These guys definitely do not want to fight. That's that corner I was talking about right there, Hell's Corner. But these guys definitely do not want to fight during this qualifying. It is open qualifying here tonight. 45-minute race. We'll take a look at the weather out there on track right now. 77 degrees here in Australia. No wind whatsoever. It's a little bit cloudy out here today with 45% humidity. So a little humid, not too humid for these drivers. A little cloudy out there. Should be no match for these guys. That clouds might actually help them out, keep this track cool, make it not as slick, make those tires want to stick to that asphalt a little bit better. A little bit about Bathurst. Of course, it's home to a big event, the 12 Hours of Bathurst. If you guys follow along with any of your sports car racing, any of that sort. See Mike Malone back here. He set a 2:05.33 on his last lap around here. That's putting him in 3rd position here during qualifying today. Aldo Sinclair pushed back to 2nd position and has been overthrown by Christopher Romero there in that number 92 BMW. Christopher Romero originates from the United States. We have a lot of United States drivers out here tonight. We do have 5. We've also got guys from other countries out here, which if you guys are looking forward or looking for a league with a lot of different GT3 cars here, and I'm sure they're going to want to be doing some other series coming up soon. Make sure to join in here. It's a new league getting started up. Come be a part of it. There's still plenty of time to get signed up here for this season of racing. We're only on race 2, so if you guys are interested in some GT3 action, racing some good old sports cars out there on track, make sure you check them out on Discord. Make sure to join us next week, May 4th, 5/4. So we're going to be heading over to Sebring, one of my favorite sports car tracks. We'll be heading to Sebring. May 11th, we're going to be heading to Monza. May 18th, we're going to be going to Daytona. Home to the 24 Hours of Daytona. It'll be a nighttime race as well. Road Atlanta will be June 1st. June 8th, Virginia. Make sure to check us out June 15th as we head to the one and only green hell, the Nürburgring Ring. The Nürburgring Nordschleife. June 22nd, we'll be heading over to Summit Point. And to wrap out our final race of the season on this calendar, we'll be heading to Spa on June 29th. So a amazing schedule for this season. If you are interested, of course, make sure to join into the Discord. Again, still plenty of time to get yourselves signed up here for this first season. Make sure you guys check him out. Not much has changed through your qualifying grid as we've been going through. Christopher Romero up there with a 2:03.13. That's going to put him up there in first. Aldo Seclen, his best lap out there, actually just beats out Christopher Romero with a 2:03.04. He will be put in first. Christopher Romero drops back to second. Mike Malone there in that McLaren. He's going to be in that third position. Best lap out there at 2:05.33. Rolovob Olivo, unfortunate crash right there during qualifying. He is going to be in that fourth position in that Porsche 911. 2:06.53, his best lap. Michael Rodriguez, 2:07.79. Best lap in that BMW. Christopher Glover, the only Lamborghini out here, a little bit of damage to the front of that car. Must have had a little incident during qualifying. He's going to be sitting back here in sixth position so far. Dan Castro in seventh. And eighth, Connor Tierney with a 2:09.45. Now, that is not all. We still have Pernell Hanlett, who is yet to set a lap here yet tonight. So we're going to have to see what that lap comes to be. You can see a little bit of gravel and everything out there on track tonight. These guys have been ripping it up, going in that dirt and going in that gravel all during qualifying. So that's definitely going to make the racing surface a little bit harder to race on during the actual race. So we're just going to have to see how these guys do tonight. Hey, don't go anywhere, folks. When we come back to you, we're going to be getting ready to get underway here tonight at Mount Panorama, Bathurst in the GT3s. 9 cars out here tonight to put on a good show for you. Stay tuned, folks.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Welcome back, everybody, to Project Valor Championship here on iRacing. You ain't missed too much. We are just getting wrapped up here with some qualifying. Christopher Romero, your car on screen in that number 92 BMW, still your leader here tonight. 2:02.87 is his best lap out there tonight. Compared to the other BMWs, as of Michael Rodriguez, best lap out there, 2:07.79. So a few seconds off pace. You also got your third BMW, Dan Castro, out there in the number 33 BMW. The BMWs are definitely the more favorite car here tonight. You see 3 of those, 1 Porsche, 2 McLarens, 1 Corvette, 1 Mercedes, and 1 Lamborghini. So all kinds of different brands out here tonight. You see almost a 3-way battle. Look at Romero to the bumper of that McLaren of Connor Tierney. That blue McLaren. There's only 2 of them. There's a blue and a red one out here. Mike will be in the red one and Connor in the blue one. That is how you can tell the difference between your 2 McLarens here tonight. Christopher Romero not going to be able to get it past there. That's definitely going to be a tricky section when we actually get into the race here. Another cool little fact about Bathurst, that downhill section, if you've never raced sports cars here, if you've never done any kind of sports cars racing, you've never raced at Bathurst, that hill section can be a pain for those drivers to pass on. You see Romero will slingshot it to the inside. Not going to be able to get it, though. These guys are racing like it is the actual race right now out here. I think someone needs to get on the radio and let them know, hey, don't tear the car up yet. We still got a race to go. Romero's going to get a good exit out of there, though. Look at that. And he is going to get past Glover. Glover lets him go. What a night it is going to shape out to be. Hope you guys, of course, are doing all good out there in the chat. Thank you for tuning in tonight to Project Valor Championship. It's our second race here, and we are very happy to be here. I always love these sports cars events. It's really nice to change it up from the actual NASCAR kind of things. I mean, we do so much NASCAR on here. Sometimes you just need a little break. Go watch some sports car racing. Go watch some Formula racing. Go try out some dirt car stuff. While we were getting way under qualifying, we actually had someone else join us out here. A new car has joined us out on track. Dylan Husso in another Mercedes AMG, the number 88 Mercedes AMG GT3 of Dylan Husso. Not out on track right this second, but we will make sure to show him off before we get underway here tonight. See, of course, the more stuff that these drivers put on the track there, the more it's going to hurt them in this long run come race time. I'm not too sure if they have that set up there where, you know, it'll clear off the track when it goes to the next session. Hopefully it does. Otherwise, it's going to be a little difficult for them. Still looking out there at your grid. Let's see if I can actually pull up this new thing that we got. Let's see here. Maybe not. Sorta. I know this is probably the worst thing in the world, but alright, take a look over here actually. That's your practice results. I do not want the practice results. We're gonna have to wait till qualifying's over actually, but you can take a look at your practicing results, see how some of those drivers came out there. Of course, we do have more drivers than we did in the practice. You can just see some of the drivers out there. Dan Castro, 2:09 was his best lap time out there. Christopher Romero, definitely running faster times than he even did in practice. So, should definitely be a fun one out here tonight. A lot of fast, aggressive drivers. Christopher Romero being one of those fast and aggressive drivers that we've had just from that first race that we watched him on. I mean, you could see just the way he works down through these corners. He is on point out of every single turn. So, good on him. Aldo Seclen also is going to be a force to be reckoned with out there in that number 666 Mercedes AMG. Now, if you remember last week, Aldo Seclen was your leader at Road America. We were at Road America last week. Aldo Seclen won it there in the same Mercedes AMG after almost not getting any fuel. Michael Dion came home in second place, and Mike Malone came home in third last week. We are on season 2 of this sports car league. See some of the drivers coming down the pit lane, getting ready, parking it up. Olivo's still out here though in the Porsche. You can just hear the straight cut gears through the mountains. What an amazing sound. I love that sound to death. I mean, how could I not? We're gonna be getting underway here soon. These drivers finish up with qualifying soon. It's a 45-minute lap race here tonight. See Christopher Glover out there in that Lamborghini. Again, only Lamborghini out here tonight. Lamborghini and Corvette, the two brands fighting solely on their own here. We're just going to have to see how that goes. Dylan Husso is now out here on track. Dylan Husso joined us a little bit late. Thankfully, still has a little time to qualify out there. Dylan Husso will be back here in 10th position if he cannot get a lap down. Dan Castro, one of your slower cars out there tonight. Unfortunately, he will be starting back in that 9th position unless Dylan Husso does not lay down a faster lap. So Dan Castro will be in 9th. He ran a 2:08.41 as his fastest lap. We are getting finished up here with qualifying. Taking a look real quick at Dylan Huso one last time out there. Again, number 88, Mercedes-AMG GT3. You hear the kookaburras in the background. One of Australia's, I guess, native birds. I really don't hear those much. And what a paddock to start us out. You see that Corvette in back. 2 BMWs out there. Both teammates. See another BMW right in the middle, and then the Lamborghini, as well as a Porsche and another McLaren. The McLaren of Mike Malone there in the first half. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are just getting finished up here with qualifying. We will be right back once we actually get into your starting grid. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back here, folks, to Project Valor Racing, Project Valor Championship, the iRacing League. Make sure to check them out on Discord. We are all finished up with qualifying. Let's pull up the results of qualifying for you all. You see Christopher Romero came in first place. Aldo Seclen will be in second. Mike Malone, third. Emmanuel Howe joined in a little bit late. He is now going to be an 11th driver out there in another Mercedes, the number 87 Mercedes-AMG. Let's take a look through your starting grid here today, though. Starting off with, we're going to have to start off with Mike Malone. Unfortunately, our guys are not out there just yet, but we will get up here to the grid. If I can actually get it on screen, please. No, it's not gonna work. All right, that grid won't work, so we're just going to go to this one. Starting P1 and Christopher Romero up there in that number 92 BMW. Aldo Seclen in the number 666 Mercedes-AMG in that first row as well, starting on the outside. Mike Malone in third position, the number 530 McLaren. He's going to be in that second row. Also in that second row, starting right beside him, is going to be the Corvette of Pernell Hanlett. Mike Malone, we already talked about him. Ravolio Olivo in the Porsche 911 GT3. Starting in 5th, in 6th, Michael Rodriguez will be in P5. The grid's all messed up on my screen. I'm sorry for if you guys are seeing different than me. Connor Tierney, P70. Christopher Glover in that Lamborghini will be P8. Dan Castro in P9. Dylan Husso will be in P10. And then out your rows here tonight, Dylan Husso. Back there. It's supposed to be Emmanuel Howell back there. Unfortunately, Emmanuel Howell not showing up. You see him there in that number 87. Mercedes AMG as we get the green flag this time. Aldo Seclin rockets to the front. Christopher Romero there trying to get right behind him. He'll fall in line. Little loose coming in the grass there. Take a look at all these cars just battling their way up to the top of the mountain. And pretty soon, we're going to have the battle right back down the mountain. Seclen's got a good lead out front tonight. Christopher Romero right behind him. Your fastest car out here tonight. Also, your pole position in qualifying. He's got to fight his way back up there to the first position, but he's got a McLaren on his bumper fighting to get to him. That's Mike Malone in the number 530. Pernell Hanlett in the only Corvette, the number 011. Trying to fight up there, currently sitting in your 4th spot. It's hard racing so far here today, folks. Pernell trying to desperately beat down Mike Malone through the hill section. The trickiest section here on track today. See Aldo Seclen trying to run away from Christopher Romero there. Taking it nice and deep into the corner there, and out he goes. Down the back straight, as I like to call it. It's this giant straightaway once you get out of that giant hill. See, thankfully a lot of drivers able to come out from it. Riding along with Aldo Seclen there. First position, up 1 position since the start of this race. All ready for your first lap. Emmanuel Howell back here is your biggest mover out on track in the number 87. Mercedes AMG. See one of the BMWs blinking back here. Dan Castro flashing those lights at the number 88 of Dan Husso saying, "Step on it, buddy." Take a look at this. A good little battle here. BMW versus Corvette. And Mercedes attacking all together. Taking a look at Michael Rodriguez there in that number 515 BMW, trying to fight with all these other cars. It's a mess. It's a hornet's nest right here as we come up back into the hill section of this 45-minute race here tonight. Michael Rodriguez fighting hard to stay in that 7th position. Heading back up front, Aldo still trying to fight off Christopher Romero. Romero getting a little bit loose, smacking that wall a couple of times as they come around the corners. The weight of that car transferring around these corners is definitely going to make it a hard car. But thankfully, the BMW, I think, is one of the more balanced cars out there, just like the McLaren. Hear that nice American Corvette through the hills of Australia, around Mount Panorama. Not too far behind, Mike Malone and Pernell Hanlett fighting for 3rd and 4th position. Behind them, Olivio in that Porsche 911 GT3. 5th position for him so far here tonight. Connor Tierney in that blue McLaren that you see go by. He's in that 6th position, and he's got more and more cars behind him. You see the Lamborghini of Christopher Glover, your last car currently on track, last position. Unfortunately, those Lamborghini, that Lamborghini, not proving to be a very good car out here so far tonight. Currently 1 second off of the leader. Or no, sorry, that is 1 second to the car in front of him. And that will be Dan Castro in the number 33 BMW. It's hard to believe when you look at it like that, but that is a second gap. He is going to be able to hopefully get some more with the slipstream on these long straightaways here at Mount Panorama. A good complex track, a good balanced track as well here. Mount Panorama. It's got those tricky uphill sections through the hill, through the mountain. And then you've got these long straightaways with a couple of corners and turns, not up in the hills. Take a ride on board Dan Castro as we fight through the mountainside against Michael Rodriguez. Look at those two BMW brothers, both teammates out there. Dan Castro, Michael Rodriguez. I'm going to guess they're teammates. This is all speculation right now because, I mean, look at their cars. They're the same. You got to say that they're both teammates. You got to, yeah, definitely both teammates. Take a look at Dylan Huso so far here today. It hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for him, almost missing qualifying. But Dylan Huso back here in 8th position. And someone who also joined pretty late, right in front of him, Manuel Howe, also in a Mercedes AMG. That makes 3 Mercedes out here on track tonight. Those Mercedes are known for stepping out on the driver. I've driven them plenty of places. I've driven them at Le Mans. I've driven them at the Nürburgring. I've driven them on Road Atlanta. I've driven them at Sebring. This car, it steps out. But it is so fun, it's so on edge, and it is a fast, dominant car. iRacing did recently rework how the GT3s drive, I believe. So the handling may have changed since I have last been in a GT3 here on iRacing. But Aldo Seclen, your other Mercedes AMG here tonight, still your leader. He grabbed on to that lead very, very early in the race, and he has held on to it this entire time, leading Christopher Romero through the uphill mountain section here at Mount Panorama. Take a listen to how he manipulates this car. Having to use that downshift, getting those engine RPMs down to hopefully make those corners, slow that engine down. You got to use that engine braking a little bit. It helps out a lot if you've never drove these sports cars before. Again, huge shout out to our sponsors that make this channel go around: Premier Racing Setups, Goose's Rattle Can Shop, Puffy's Swag Shop, and Juicy Spider Graphics and Designs. Again, huge thank you to them for sponsoring the channel. And again, thank you to all the viewers out there who are tuning in tonight. Christopher Romero here in 2nd place, pole position starter here tonight. Sorry to get this up. There we go. Currently 2nd, started in 1st. He had set your fastest lap until Aldo just stole it away this last lap. 2:03.62. You want to know what Christopher Romero's last lap was? 2:03.63. I could even show you probably that. Take a look at this. Christopher Romero, 2:03.628. Actually, in the leader's lap, 2:03.616. So, definitely very, very close. These two have been at it all night here. I mean, look at this fast section coming up still through the mountains. Ooh, Aldo a little bit loose, got in that dirt a little bit. Blocking off Romero. Romero's just pressuring this Mercedes, putting that bumper to him. He's going to challenge him through the mountain section. Seclen gets a little bit of a gap to him, but that isn't going to help as they come down into that back straightaway section out of the mountain. Romero right on the bumper. Look back here. Purnell still trying to beat down Mike Malone there in that McLaren. He hasn't been able to get a pass off yet. Hasn't even been able to get up to the bumper yet to make a pass. Hopefully that's going to change there for Purnell. Going back a little bit, Connor Tierney is looking to get past the only Porsche out there on track. The Porsche of Rolovob Livio. See Christopher Tierney in that blue McLaren. And got a couple of Mercedes coming up pretty quick. That's Emmanuel Howell and Dylan Husso trying to get something to work. We've been taking a look at them all race, a four-way fight back here almost. Two groups of two. Yeah, the two teammates back here, Michael Rodriguez and Dan Castro in the number 33 BMW. Of course, Christopher Glover, unfortunately back here in the number 4 Lamborghini. Not able to keep it on track. He will be in your 11th position tonight. Aldo Seclen will lead Christopher Romero back up into the mountains. Romero hitting that wall yet again. He is right to that bumper, skidding, sparks flying off of that car. Trading paint with the walls here. Seclen has a good run down through the hill section. Christopher Romero also stealing back your fastest lap of the session on that last lap. Putting in a 2:03.47 as his fastest time. It's Christopher Romero back there in the number 92 BMW. Not a whole lot of big movers out there today. Emmanuel Howell up 4 positions since the start of the race. Dylan Husso up 2. Connor Tierney up 1. Rolovob Olivo up 1 position since the start of this race. And Aldo Seclen, also your leader, up 1 position since the start of this race. Christopher Romero was your pole sitter. He's still trying to get that back. That Fendi Motorsports BMW. He's out here driving for Fendi Motorsports tonight. We'll see if he's got what it takes. Again, 45 minutes. We are almost 13 minutes into this 45-minute race. What a fight these guys have been putting on here. Mike Malone back there still trying to get away from that Corvette. That American sports car power not letting up though. Remember folks, don't go anywhere at the end of this race. So we're going to be coming back to you with the top 3 here tonight. The top 3 here tonight are going to be interviewed. Also make sure to check us out tomorrow night as we head over the Weeknight Warrior Sim Series for their championship round in the Arca Menard Series at Homestead, Miami. What fun racing so far it has been out here today. You see Christopher Romero there still trying to get up there to Aldo Seclen, your leader in that Mercedes AMG. And don't go anywhere, folks. When we come back to you, We'll still be racing and keeping it underway. Be right back.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel. Control.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
All out there. Nice and smooth. Let's get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. The Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Welcome back, everybody, to Project Valor Championship here on iRacing. Manuel Howe in a hornet's nest here, going up into the hills section. He's got the outside. Connor Tierney's to the inside in that blue McLaren number 45. He's going to get the pass done and get clear through the mountains, but Emmanuel is not letting that go. Emmanuel has a great exit through and is going to slingshot it through. Dylan Husso right behind is going to try and make something work. This could get pretty dangerous as we come through this mountain section. A lot of crashes happen here. It would be unfortunate to see these drivers, unfortunately, have a wreck with there being so little of them out here today. Only 11 cars on the track out here tonight. Taking a look back here, Michael Rodriguez and Dan Castro still making their way around together as teammates. Not really trading paint too much, just trying to make their way up through the field. Unfortunately, Olivio back here in 11th. Unfortunately, fell off a little bit. Christopher Glover moved up, though, into 10th position in that Lamborghini. Not too far in front of that Porsche 911, though. See the three, Emmanuel Howe, Connor Tierney, and Dylan Husso, all still fighting it out. Mercedes versus McLaren. Who's going to win it? It's looking like Emmanuel will come out on top. Pernell Hanlett and Mike Malone still try the battle, coming out of Hell's Corner and coming up to the mountain section. Christopher Romero still trying the fight, of course, with Aldo Seclen. You'll notice during our ad break, we took a little ride along with the two. We did see that Porsche of Rolovab Olivio had to come down pit lane. Probably got some fuel. Christopher still trying the fight for that lead position back here tonight. It's been one heck of a fight. We're going to go quiet here. We're going to let you ride along with Mr. Romero as he tries to fight his way back up front. Christopher still trying to get up there. That slipstream not really working for him just yet. Aldo still going to be up there in that first position. The lap times have also not really fallen off. Currently, second and first place running in the 203s. Other than that, it's 204 and 205 for Mike Malone and Pernell Hanlett. 206 ran Mike Malone. Hanlett actually had a little bit better of a lap. Hanlett, you see there in that Corvette, still trying to work his way up there to get Mike Malone. Hasn't been able to make it up there yet, but he is not very far behind. The pressure's building out here. We are 21 minutes into this 45-minute race. Almost halfway through here tonight. I always look forward to showing up to this league here. I've been looking forward ever since I heard that I was going to be broadcasting sports cars. And then after that first race, I just got hooked. Watching these guys maneuver these cars just around the tricky sections of this track. Just seeing how these guys adapt to these cars. And seeing the strengths of certain brands out there on track compared to others. I love seeing all the different kinds of things. Connor Tierney, back here in 10th position in that blue McLaren. You can see weaving back and forth coming up to the mountain section. He just went down pit lane, dropped him back there in 10th position, trying to get those tires warmed up on newer tires. So I'm going to probably guess that the Porsche of Rolovab Olivio also took tires. Oh, no. I am just hearing that Connor Tierney, unfortunately, had an accident. Let's see. And a lazy spin right into the wall. Cold tires, man. Just coming out there on those cold tires. You got to watch it. You really have to watch it. Otherwise, it's going to get you. So, unfortunately, damage for Connor Tierney after just coming out of pit lane. Dylan Husso going to take it down at pit lane. See him put that pit limiter on. Bringing it down to pit road. Aldo Seclen still leads them through the mountain. A lot of people forget that just these cars, man, it's like it's driving on ice skates, I feel like. I don't know. Aldo Seclen out there. A little bit of struggles getting down there, but he's able to hold on to that position and able to hold on to a pretty good interval. 30 0.30 seconds off of Christopher Romero right now. He slowly loses that time coming down these back straightaways with that slipstream. That time just keeps closing, and here he will start to back off as we make our way down. I can never remember that corner's name. But this one, Hell's Corner coming up, we can always remember, because it's pretty much just a straight 90-degree turn to the left. Big complex out there today. A lot of people out there in the crowd. A lot of people. Of course, we have you lovely viewers at home watching. Again, thank you for tuning in here tonight on Fearless Broadcasting. Make sure to check out our new website that's coming up, Fearless Enterprise. Make sure to check us out on Discord, and also make sure to check out the Project Valor Championship iRacing League on Discord. This is Season 2 of their GT3s, I believe. It's going to be a pretty fun season here. We got a lot of good racetracks coming up on the schedule. And of course, there's still time for all of you at home to join in and sign up. So don't be afraid to come out here and sign up, guys. Definitely a lot of fun out here in the GT3 sports cars if you've never tried them. Aldo Seclen has led multiple laps here tonight, leading 12th. Did not start on pole position, actually started in second position, but was able to just steal it away right there on the start. Your biggest mover of the day, though, Emmanuel Howe, started back there in 11th position. He was your last one in, missed qualifying. But look at him, he's up here in 5th position, running all by himself. You see the two BMW teammates coming up, though, Michael Rodriguez and Dan Castro, trying to get something to work. Christopher Glover and Dan Huso also going to be fighting here shortly. Olivab Olivio, and unfortunately, that Connor Tierney in that damaged McLaren after that little lazy spin out of the corner there. They're going to be fighting soon. Unsure if Connor will be able to get up there to the Porsche with that damage on the front of that car. Things are really starting to fan out here. We got a lot of drivers coming down to pit road, getting that fuel, getting what they need to do before the end of this race. That way they don't have to do it no more. They aren't going to have to come down pit road anymore tonight. Right now for your season standings, Aldo Seclen, your winner last week at Road America. He's going to be up there in first. Michael Dion in second in the standings. And Mike Malone. Mike out here on track tonight, back there in the same McLaren that he raced last week. Third position currently here tonight. He was also your third place finisher last week, I believe. You guys weren't here when we were checking out the season. Oh, this is season 1. Sorry, this is season 1 of their thing. I don't know why I thought it was season 2. I misread something. Either way, if you guys weren't around when we were looking at the schedule here, we're going to be heading to Sebring next week. The week after that, Monza, and then we're going to be going to Daytona, nighttime Daytona. Take a look at that. Your leader comes down pit road. Aldo Seclen, which will put Christopher Romero back up there in the first position. He's going to see if he can get something working there. Maybe a pit strategy to hopefully beat out Mr. Aldo Ciclin. Mike Malone also coming down to pit lane. You see Christopher Glover currently a lap down, back here in 11th position, trying to get up there to Mr. Romero. That Lamborghini's been fighting here all night. Props to you, Glover, for staying out here. Connor Tierney as well. We saw he had that little accident earlier. He's still doing good. Absolutely running it down here through these mountain sections. Here comes Pernell Hanlett in the only Corvette out here tonight on track. We've been talking about him a few times here, and he's slowly catching up to Dan Castro. Dan Castro being the teammate to Michael Rodriguez, who is also in front of him. See the two BMWs up there. Mike Malone coming out onto track, having the filter out with these BMWs. Let's see how this fight goes. Corvette, BMW, and McLaren as they head up into the uphill mountain section here at Mount Panorama. The pressure's on. Pernell has been hunting down Malone all night. Now sitting back here in third. Can he steal the 5th spot from Malone? Ooh, Hanlett a little into the wall there. See Mike Malone still fighting his way also into the wall. They both get into the wall there a little bit. No damage to the side of those cars as they keep rocketing through. Hanlett really close to Malone. The pressure's on. Will he fold? Not this time. Malone keeps it going. Chasing down Dan Castro in the number 33 BMW. His teammate, Michael Rodriguez, right in front of him, though. They come into the long straightaway. Let's see how this goes. This group of 3 cars right here, I'm feeling something racy coming out of them. Here comes Mike Malone. Shoots to the outside. Not going to get it. Hanlett will fill the gap. Malone to the outside. He'll get the pass off, and they go around a little bit of contact between the Corvette there and the BMW. They keep it straight. Hanlett also by Castro. Now Mike Malone has got to hunt down Michael Rodriguez. Actually, Rodriguez and his teammate Dan Castro both go down pit lane. Oh, and there's a spin. Oh, no. Pernell Hanlett has crashed. Let's take a look at what that was for. Here we see Pernell Hanlett. Also, Emmanuel Howell apparently also crashed. We'll have to see what happened there. Let's take a look at here. Let's go full speed. Little too much throttle out of there, unfortunately. A spin. Emmanuel Howell also had an accident out there on track. Let's see what happened to him. Emmanuel Howell in that number 87 Mercedes AMG coming out of that same corner. Oh, fortunately the Corvette's slow there. Emmanuel Howell gets into it, and that is also trying to find that car right now on track. I for some reason cannot find it there. Dylan Husso. Dylan Husso also unfortunately into it. Michael also crashes. We have a lot of accidents happening right now. Let's see what happens to him. We're coming up into the mountainous section. Remember, he is on colder tires. These are all happening around that cold tire. A little spin and a dented wing. That's not going to be very good. That is going to shake up this entire race. More crashes come out, and the caution, a full course caution yellow comes out here at Mount Panorama tonight. Michael unfortunately crashing a second time. Let's see what happens here. So he did crash, spun it around, knocked that rear bumper off, dented that wing. That wing, a very big component to these GT3 cars in keeping that aerodynamic seat down. See his teammate right behind him. That is Dan Castro, his teammate. And you see the weight transfer of that car in that dented wing, unfortunately. Gonna send him right into the wall. Back out on track, and he takes his teammate out. Oh, no. His teammate goes out. Tierney, Connor Tierney, just misses it. So that is an unfortunate incident here of the night. Your first, and honestly a very rare occurrence of a full course caution being used here at Mount Panorama tonight. A lot of carnage happened after those pit stops. A lot of guys just realizing, hey, my tires are cold, I'm pushing it a little bit too hard, and then they just realize a little too late, unfortunately. Other than that, it has been great racing here tonight. Don't go anywhere, folks. When we come back, we'll get right back to Green Flag Racing.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick cut. Double check the steering wheel.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
We knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Premier Racing Setups.
Welcome back, everybody, to Project Valor Championship here tonight. We're making our way under our first full course yellow here. After a lot of carnage, unfortunately, unfolding after some of our pit stops. These drivers on cold tires. This isn't good for Christopher Romero unless he can get that lead and stick it off the start, unfortunately. If you remember at the beginning of this race, Aldo Seclen was able to absolutely dominate off the beginning of this race here and run away from Christopher Romero in a way. So Aldo Seclen there in that second position. He'll be right behind Christopher Romero off the restart. We will not get the green flag this time by. Next time by, though, we're going to get it. It's been an interesting day so far out here tonight. Remember back in qualifying. These were the qualifying results. See, a lot of the top three has not really changed. Christopher Romero there in first, like he started. Aldo Seclen in second, and Mike Malone in third, where they all started off. See the drivers scuffing up those tires, getting them ready to go here before we go back green. Trying to get some heat in those brakes, heat in the tires. A lot of people don't think it's as important as it really is. Getting that heat in those tires, definitely a big part of make or break here tonight. So as we get ready to go here, we will be riding on board along Christopher Romero as he takes us through the mountain section. Christopher Romero there up in first. I'd like to give a good shout out to some of the channel sponsors. I'm going to go through a few more than normal here today. We, of course, do have more sponsors than I would like to talk about here on the channel. Unfortunately, we just cannot get all of them out there, but figuring it out, Motorsports Fitness 19. Check out Kevin Croft's fitness gym. That's his own. He is a member of the Discord, so make sure to check us out in the Fearless Motorsports Discord. Check him out, Juicy Spider Studios. I'd also like to give a huge shout out to them. Thank you to our friends over at Rock Bottom Racing, Puffy Swag Shop, Goose's Rattle Can Shop. Also like to give a shout out to Cotton's Mobile Detailing Services, LLC, Circle S Creek, crafted by hand, rooted in tradition. And our friends over there at the Wild West Racing Experience, they're also racing tonight in the Arkham and Art Series, so make sure to go check them out afterwards. Go over and watch that stream after this stream. Definitely should be a fun race. I think my actual co-broadcaster, Chris, I think he's up in the booth over there. The pace car is down. Let's see if we get the green flag this time by Christopher Romero, leading us out of Hell's Corner.
Green flag.
The green flag will drop here. Aldo Seclin, good run there on the outside, and he's already going to try and steal that lead away from Christopher Romero. Romero holding on to it, taking that inside, thankfully, pushing Aldo Seclin wide out. Here they come up into the uphill section. Aldo Seclin right in line with Christopher Romero. Mike Malone to the outside of Emmanuel Howell. Emmanuel Howell late to qualifying, but showing up in stride with that strength. Ooh, Romero loose off of that corner. That's going to give Aldo a pretty good run up there. Malone passed Aldo, though. Mike Malone in that second position. Oh, no! Goes around! The Porsche into it! That Porsche was Olivio. Oh, and we have a big wreck in the hill. Big wreck in the hill on the last few minutes here. Oh my goodness. We will check that out. We'll check that out now while we have a little bit of time. Take a look here. That is slow motion. I want to look at Christopher Romero up here in first position. We see that he comes out of the corner. And unfortunately, that actually wasn't him at all. That was actually the number 666 of Aldo Seclin, causing a big pileup here. Oh, that was just unfortunate. Christopher Romero up here with one hell of a gap now to the rest of the field. Currently 8 seconds off of Emmanuel Howell. Emmanuel Howell has front bumper damage there to that Mercedes. And some back end damage, it looks like. Olivio kind of in the same boat there. Front end damage on that Porsche after running into Aldo Seclin. Some rear end damage. Christopher Glover in that Lamborghini trying to make it work. A lot of guys with some rear end damage. White flag is out though. Actually, that is not white flag at all. That is checkered flag. So these guys are all finished up here. Unfortunately, Dylan Husso not going to be able to bring it home. Neither is Pernell Hanlett or Aldo Seclin. All, unfortunately, falling victim there to the end results of this race. But with your race now finished up, your podium finishers, Christopher Romero up there in first position. We'll pull up the little compact grid here. There we go. Christopher Romero in first. Emmanuel Howell takes home second position in that Mercedes AMG. And Rolavab Olivio will take home third position in that Porsche 911 GT3, which I'm actually very excited about. I'm a Porsche fan. You know, I gotta like them. I love the Ford. I love the Porsche, so I will always support them. You see Christopher Romero taking his cool down lap here around the hilly section of Mount Panorama. Congratulations to him for mastering the hills tonight. Hey, don't go anywhere, folks. I'm going to go find your top 3 here tonight, and let's see if we can take a listen to what they had to say about their experience at tonight's track. Stay tuned, guys. Welcome back out here, everybody, to the Project Valor Championship race here tonight. Race 2 here at Bathurst. We're here with your winner, Christopher Romero. Christopher, tell us, an amazing qualifying run there. You got pole position. That first start didn't really go your way. You kind of got stuck there in that second position. Tell us, what was keeping you from getting that back against Aldo there?
I knew from race 1, me and Aldo were going to be battling pretty tight, and I was just trying to secure a win from last week. So I knew if I could fuel save, I could jump him in the pits. It paid off tremendously. I think I came out with like a 6.5 second lead from him. And then all of a sudden, in the 14 months I've been doing this, I got a first yellow flag in a pace car, which threw me all for a loop. So I saw the tire temps plummeting after that second lap, and I knew it was going to be hectic, especially with it going white after pace. Yeah, this was very interesting.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever really seen a sports car event go yellow flagged before, which really surprised us. What did you think about that last little incident there? Not sure if you saw that in your rearview mirror, but you pretty much drove away from all the carnage that happened there on that last lap. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I knew when that pace car went in and the green went, I knew I was going to have to jump Aldo because that Mercedes just has a lot more low-end grunt than the BMW. I knew I needed to stay out front, especially, like I said, I was watching the tire temps as they plummeted. I knew it was going to be the start of the race all over, but nobody was prepared for that, and that's exactly what happened coming up the mountain. And, you know, the odds were in my favor.
Alrighty, well, I got one final... Well, I technically got two final questions for you. The first one, you finished first here tonight. You got the pole here tonight. What's the confidence level looking like going in the next week at Sebring International?
Sebring's a hometown track, so should be pretty interesting. Confidence level's high, and again, I know I'm going to be fighting Aldo. Man's got a 5K I rating, so I know he wins. So it's going to be interesting out there.
Alrighty, and to wrap it up here tonight, Christopher, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, the wife, the kids, you know, parents, I know they'll be watching. Neighbors, same thing, just everybody that puts in the work. My boys over at Fendi Racing, you know, I wouldn't be on pole and podium if it wasn't for those guys over there. So just shout out to all them and you guys for the broadcast and the opportunity to race.
Of course, congratulations here tonight on victory here at Mount Panorama. Hopefully we see you get as good of a position as you did here tonight next week.
Thank you.
Alrighty, that was Christopher Romero, first place position. Unfortunately, we are not able to hear from second place finisher here tonight, Emmanuel Howe. He is gone, unfortunately. He was up 9 positions at the end of this race, clawed his way back up, almost missed, well, he did miss qualifying actually, and clawed his way back up. So congratulations to him on that second place finish here tonight. Sad that we can't talk to him. Hopefully we see him do just as well next week. But unlike your second place finisher here tonight, we were able to track down Randy. Randy in that Porsche 911 GT3. Personally, one of my favorite cars. We ran that at the 24 Hours of Daytona. So I have a lot of personal experience with this car. Tell us, how did that Porsche handle around Mount Panorama tonight?
It's really good. I practiced all week with various cars, and it felt like the best one for me was a Porsche. So definitely a good decision. And yeah, happy to finish in third after this crazy race.
We saw you get wrapped up there in a couple of incidents on track. Did that affect your car enough to make it handle a little bit worse during that race or to slow you down any?
So at the beginning, yes, I had an accident at the beginning, so I had to stop a pit stop. So I repaired the car. It was much better. I was gaining time. I was consistent on my lap times, and all the craziness helped me at the end.
We saw you climb your way up this entire track tonight. Mount Panorama being one of those harder tracks. You were up 3 positions at the end of this race. Tell us, what's the confidence level looking like going into Sebring next week?
I know I'm going to get better. I was afraid about this one because I've never done great here, but even on a difficult race, on a race that I thought I was gonna finish last, confidence is up the roof. So I hopefully starting next week, I'll be fighting for the podium every week.
Alrighty, Randy. Before we let you go here tonight, is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
Oh yeah, my fiance. She's watching the interview right now. I love you, baby, and hopefully I can get more wins.
Alrighty, congratulations tonight, Randy, on that third place victory. Hey, hopefully we see you do just as good next week, or maybe you steal that first position away.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Of course. That was Randy in your third position here tonight. Finished, clawed his way up there. We saw him a little bit back there, had a little problem at the beginning of the race. Thankfully, though, I'm thankful at least, because it being one of my personal favorite cars, I'm going to root for Randy out there as long as you stay in that Porsche. But we did see him get his way back up there to that third position, so congratulations out there to him tonight. Hopefully we can see him take home that first place at Sebring. What an amazing race out here tonight. I know we had a few incidents there at the end, but what race doesn't have incidents? Incidents can sometimes make the difference here tonight, and it definitely made the difference for Christopher Romero. Even if it didn't, I still think he still would have had a great shot at winning this race, going through those pit strategies that he talked about there in his interview. So definitely Christopher Romero and Aldo Seclen, unfortunately, crashed there on that last lap. Those two drivers, definitely two drivers to watch out here in the Project Valor Championship iRacing League. And if you guys are interested in joining, there are still spots open here in Season 1 of their GT3 Championship. Make sure to join the Discord and join in to their championship, into their season here, and get involved here in the broadcast. Come get on track. Come race with these guys. It's a fun environment. It's competitive. And I cannot recommend it enough for any of you sports car fans out there. Make sure to check us out next week in Project Valor Championship, as we're going to be heading over to Sebring International in Daytona, Florida. With that, guys, I have nothing else for you. I hope you guys have a awesome and safe rest of your night tonight. If you guys are in the storm area, as I am, stay safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow night for weeknight Warrior Sim Series in the Arc Menards at Homestead, Miami for their final championship race. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one, y'all.
Premier Racing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
Real quick, you both stop the real quick touch. Double check the steering wheel. Roll.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice and smooth. Get it all done all day long. Got a good feeling about today, guys.
Donnie Kite's gonna get through it all and score his first career win in the Saturday Night Racing League Cup Series. What a finish!
It's too little, too late from behind, and Sebastian Marin, your first repeat top split winner of the qualifying series.
I knew it was just a matter of time. Hunter Sr. is victorious.
Josh Adams taking the win at Iowa.
Juicy Spider Motorsports takes home the 1-2-3 finish.
This isn't just another sim race, this isn't just another online league, and this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.